All right, guys, we're back, and appreciate you guys watching. Do me a favor, beginning of this episode, hit that subscribe button down below. Follow the content. We're going to be putting out a ton of content throughout the winter. It's going to be a lot of fun. But we're starting off this episode because I wanted to show you guys some things in my boat before we put a bunch of slabs in the boat. Today we're going to get a limit. And I know what's happening, but I always keep this little compartment right here. People on my guide trips are very familiar with it. It has all my split shots. I have all different size split shots to accommodate the baits that I'm going to have throughout the day. So I just went to Walmart, bought a bunch of number 7s, and we're going to be loading that up, and then we're going to go ahead and tie our rig up before we hit the water here shortly. All right, so there's what it looks like as it's done. It does have some bobber stopper, some float type of items in there as well, but it's just being organized in your boat, especially during the guide trip. So I keep that out all the time during my guide trips. My guides, the guests I have in my boat, they always go in there, they pick out what they need. But I always typically point them in the direction of a number 7 split shot. So let's put a rig together right now. All right, so if you've been following 3-pound fishing, you know that I always have it's all filled with hair jigs, all that good stuff. Different colors, all that great stuff. So I know that a gray and white hair jig has been working fantastic. And so this is the blue natural hair jig. And I will fish with a hair jig all day long if I can. I don't have to worry about repositioning a plastic and all that stuff. And a hair jig is just so more efficient, and a 1/32 in particular. So these are available on the website, but we're going to do what's called a loop knot. It goes through the eyelet. I swing it around like this a couple times, and then I put it right back through the hole that I just created and held. So we call that the GABA stuff right there. And that's where you're going to decide where that knot is positioned. And I like it to be as close to the eyelet as possible. And that's a really good one right there. Now the reason why you'd want to do a loop knot is that it swims more freely and it's just more natural. It's not cinched down. So that is, it's got a little tag in there. We'll get rid of that probably before we fish, but either way, then you supplement it with a number 7 split shot. I put that about 18 inches above. And yes, I use my teeth, and that's my rig. That is the rig you're gonna see. Let's do it. Now we're in the middle of the day, absolutely middle of the day. 11 o'clock, bluebird day, very little wind. So these are tougher fishing conditions on a lake that is got good visibility. My lake has 4 foot of visibility. That means when I drop the jig in the water, typically I can see it about. It just doesn't seem to matter right now. I think throughout the entire day, you can still get bit pretty well on my home lake. And that's really just comes down to water temperature and the time of year, which makes fall an incredible time to fish. Let's do it. Oh, wow. Good fish, guys. First fish of the day. Oh, yeah. Woo, baby. You gotta love it. First fish of the day, absolute slab. Perfect fish to get this episode started with. And yes, we are keeping some. We always keep cold crappie. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Like if the fish taste different. I don't know if they taste different, but I always feel like it's a firmer meat when I catch them in cooler water during the cool season. You know, winter fish are, in my opinion, the best. But I will start keeping my stash of fish from here all the way through the winter months. And I only keep a certain amount just to accommodate a couple fish fries that we do. But either way, this is the time. I think it's the best fish. Now I've got 4 hammers. If you guys didn't notice, I always have hammers out. I have the new Striker King 10, which I'm fishing with right now. But they're my hammers. They're loaded up with all the different baits, including the one that we just put on there. So we're gonna be trying all of them, casting at them, and it should be a very aggressive bite. I love it. I love it. I love it. You're having to play them a little bit, but I don't know if that's a product of, you know, it being 10:45, you know, 10:30 type, you know, time frame. But I'll tell you, we are picking up some good fish, and we're gonna go click and bam, guys, just absolute stud of a fish. Just a great fish to start with. Again, fish number 2. So we've got a lot of guide trips coming up. I mean, the fall is a very popular time, but we do have availability in November. So if you have an interest in getting in this boat, if you have an interest in putting slabs in the boat, as we like to say, then reach out to me, text me, call me, message and I'll get you information and get you in the boat here. In November, December, it's just a fantastic time. I can tell you that November is starting to fill up, but there's still availability. We're gonna go right over these guys here and see if we can't get, and this bite should continue to get better and better as these water temperatures cool down. That hammer is so sensitive, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Bam. Keep on going. Beautiful watching that fish come up. It's awesome. Solid eater. Solid. All right, guys, this is how I keep track of my fish. Little counter. Got a couple of those at the house. They're very inexpensive. Get them out on Amazon. Get about 3 of them. Keep them in your boat. It's really nice and easy. I just tap it with my foot every time I catch a fish, and it makes it so much easier. People that are asking about my setup, I do have a clear picture. I absolutely love my picture. I do put it on high noise reject. My settings are very simple. You guys can check out other content that I have given TikTok shorts on how to make all that happen. But I love my picture, I love my screen, and all of that stuff comes from really PTG, other than the mount itself. That comes from Cornfield Fishing Gear. I really believe in Cornfield Fishing Gear. I believe in customer service, and they have been fantastic to everybody that I've ever talked to, and PTG as well. So check them out. But that's my counter, that's my setup, and I like to keep everything as efficient as possible. Because if you know me, you know about efficiency, and that's why we use hair jigs, because they're quick, easy. And check out the website. The website has got a ton of them. We've got 14 different variety now, plenty of them, and they're inexpensive. We made it to a point where you cannot make an excuse in terms of price. It's just the lowest price you're gonna see out there. So Hammer 10, sniping braid, of course. Comet is my choice on sniping braid. And the reason why is I do like the high vis. Now there's a black version, it's called Asteroid, and I think it's fantastic too. But for these old eyes, I want high vis, and I'm not a believer in that braid scares the fish away. And I know everybody's gonna have a different opinion on that, which is fine. But Comet for me is the perfect braid for crappie fishing. So look at that, look at that, guys. Come on now, that's crazy amount of fish. Baby, that is a slab. That is a good pile. And we get our first fish off it, which is a good fish. Good deal. Bonus! Guys, I'm not even showing you half the catches right now. Just missed a beautiful fish we just caught. Sometimes it's always a little hard to know when the camera's on, when it's not, but I'm telling you right now, our live well is getting full, and I'm gonna bring you to the cleaning station. You're gonna see. Here comes one right here. Oh, baby. They don't all hit. Boy, I'll tell you what. This time frame, this year, part of the year is just incredible. You just won't beat the sensitivity of the Hammer 10, guys. The Hammer 10 is legit. You will feel every single bite. As light as it can be, you're going to feel it with the Hammer 10. Professional grade, and I emphasize that big time, professional grade 10 footer. It ain't your, ain't the old 10 footers that we used to have. This is big boy 10 footer. This is a pro staff 10 footer. This is somebody that really takes the sport seriously and wants to feel everything. That's what it is. Wow. There you go, guys. Freaking awesome day on the water. It doesn't get any better than that. Appreciate you guys watching. Please follow and subscribe to the channel. We have a lot of content that we're going to be giving and going forward with in the winter months. So come on out. Enjoy a day 2 on the guide trip. Take it easy, guys.